Hi everyone, welcome to my segment today. So I'm out here again in LA. I'm at the International Institute of Permanent Cosmetics. Susan Church is the owner and creator of this institute, and I'm so excited to be out here perfecting my permanent makeup. And I've received a lot of phone calls and emails from you girls wanting to know who is Susan Church. So I thought it was a really fun opportunity to do a little Q&A with Susan, get to know her a little bit better, and understand why I've chosen this institute to study. Okay, so I'm here with Susan Church. I'm back in LA studying for the second time with my permanent cosmetic career. I really take it seriously, so I felt that it was really important to take the opportunity to come back and study with such a renowned permanent makeup artist such as Susan Church. And I want to make sure that you girls that are thinking about going into permanent cosmetics can go to susanchurch.com, find out all about her, and you can listen to our little Q&A to get to know Susan a little bit better today. And I just want to ask Susan a little bit about her career, how she got into it, and what makes her institute different, and why, and I'll add in a little bit of why I came out to this institute for my permanent cosmetic training. So tell me a little bit on how you got into the beauty industry. Like, how long ago was it?
I started when I was 16 years old, and been in it for a long time.
And how did you get into permanent cosmetics?
Well, I would watch the clients at the shampoo bowl that they would always have a towel either over their eyebrows or just over their total facial makeup. And I thought there has to be another way, being a makeup artist, to make their eyebrows and their lips permanent, but especially their eyebrows. So I took a class. I evolved learning how to create hair strokes. I thought if I can make a hair stroke with a brush, I should be able to make it with any type of tool. So with the permanent makeup machine, I would make little tiny hair strokes, make powder brows with little hair strokes over them, making a 3D or a three-dimensional eyebrow that looks real. And the clients were just thrilled about that.
And that's what really interests me to come out to see Susan. Was I didn't want to create permanent makeup the way I've been seeing it on a lot of people that come into my studio. It's not a stencil. That's not the first thing you should see on somebody. And Susan's technique is so natural, you don't even know you're wearing permanent cosmetics, and that's really what you want. And how do you feel about permanent cosmetics enhancing a woman's beauty?
Well, it's very important, and what you do, that's exactly what we do. Permanent makeup is to make you look like you don't have makeup on, not like you have makeup 24/7 on. It's very subtle, enhance your natural beauty. Eyebrows, make them the frame of the face. If you have sparse eyelashes, we can create little tiny lash enhancement, and it fills in all the gaps in your eyes. If you have uneven lips, we can make symmetrical lips for you, whether it's in a natural skin tone type color or a little bit brighter color for you. So the woman looks good whether she's, playing tennis, being in the pool, exercising, just wants to get up in the morning, go out and run and get the mailbox, the mail out of the mailbox, or get the newspaper. They don't have to worry about, oh, my neighbors are going to see me and I don't have any makeup on. So, there's just so many uses. That's the fun part of it. Then there's the paramedical aspect, where you have the burn patients, the cancer patients, alopecia patients, cleft lip patients, that they are the ones that really need to have something done for them.
And you do a lot of pro bono work too here at the Institute.
We do a lot of pro bono work every year. You have to give back to society. That's just, I've always believed in that. And yes, you do the fun things to make your money, to make a living, but you need to do other things as well. And that's when we do the pro bono of the medical on the children who have alopecia, or the children who are burned, or the cancer patients, vitiligo. There's just so many people that we can help with our services.
And what makes your institute different from other permanent cosmetic? When I was researching, there are so many schools out there, and it's very hard for a makeup artist to really figure out who is the best institute to go to. What is different about this institute at Susan Church?
Well, I believe in following all of OSHA and CDC guidelines, plus our city guidelines from our Orange County Health Department. And that's really important. But also, color theory is one of the most important parts of permanent cosmetics. It's not that you draw on good eyebrows or you can make symmetrical lips. It's more important, I mean that's really important as well, but it's more important to have a good color foundation. What type of undertone does the person have? Are you going to use a cool or a warm color pigment? Are you going to use a 1 or a 3-prong needle on that person? It's just, there's so many integral parts of what we do, but again, the color theory is one of the most important because it's not taught along with OSHA and CDC guidelines. If you go into, well, a tattoo studio, or you go into a lot of permanent makeup studios, they don't follow OSHA's guidelines. They don't have a clipcord cover, they don't use barrier film, they don't have an apron on, you know, there's no sharps container. I mean, there's, you know, you can just go down the list, and the good places have that though. The credible places have that. They have a portfolio for you to look at. They have credentials on their wall of where they went to school, that they've taken their bloodborne pathogen training, and that's what people need to look for when they are looking at a school. And I think that's what sets us apart, is we're very anal, if you will, in that way that everything has to be by the book. And we want to teach you that when you're in here, and hopefully when you leave, you will take all of that with you and take that to your own studio.
And I love the fact about the Institute that there's not a lot of girls, there's not a lot of students in class at one time. Tell me a little bit about how many students come into class and how many you take, and is it just you, or do you have another instructor that's helping the girls learn these techniques?
We sometimes only have 2 students in a class. The most we'll have is 4. When we have 4 students, we have 2 instructors. And we do that because when they're in our chairs here, we can only watch one person at a time. And it's one-on-one with that student, giving them the education and the knowledge that they need to make them successful in their own studio.
And that's how it was in my class, that I loved and wasn't really expecting. I had one other student with me, and what was so valuable to me, because this is something that's new, I'm adding a new service to my treatments, and to have my first pass with a client doing brows, I had Susan's hand on my hand, and the comfort level and just having Susan right by me doing this was just so invaluable. And I don't think that I would ever get that at another class, because the ones that I was looking into had 15 students, 10, 15 students, and it's incredible how much your education really impacts how you are in the future as a permanent makeup artist.
Well, it's my name that's on your certificate, and it goes back to my credibility. So we have people that call from all over the United States, physicians, spa owners, salon owners, or just the general public that call and say, where do you have a student? Where can I get this done? Can I fly to you? And the farthest person that came to me for a procedure, I had one from Africa and one from the UK. And I said, no, but I have students in your own country. No, I don't care. I'm flying to you. I want to have you do it. And I thought, okay.
And that is, I know exactly why they did that, because I knew that I would be putting where I went to school on my website, and I really wanted to be proud where I went, and I wanted a reputation that really stood for something. I just didn't want to say, oh, I took a class and anyone can take a class. But studying with Susan was so powerful, and to be able to just absorb any of her knowledge. I mean, I'm back here for the second time. I enjoyed myself so much the first time. I am a perfectionist, which everybody knew when coming back the second time.
Yes, you are.
And really just wanted to, I thought it was just such a great experience that first time that I wanted to come back with all the knowledge I had. It's totally different for me the second time. And to be able to observe and to really immerse myself with my prior knowledge and be back here studying with Susan is just phenomenal.
Well, and we let the students come back when they take a beginning class. They can come back for the next year as many times as they want to. They can bring people in that we can watch them do a procedure. We have a phenomenal support system for them that if you have questions, you can email, you can call us, we can watch you over Skype. you know, we're there for you. It's not just, we want to take your money, teach you how to do this, and, you know, as some people say, kick you to the curb, and that's it. We don't want to do that. It's most of the people that we teach, we stay lifelong friends with.
And that's what I really like, because I never felt, oh my gosh, you know, should I ask Susan this? Am I doing this right? And I did on my, actually one of my procedures, I did send you my before and my afters, my protocol, needles I used, and Susan was right there being able to email me back and tell me what I was doing and kind of critique my work, which was nice. I wasn't all the way on the East Coast like, oh no, what am I going to do? So would you give any beauty advice in the permanent makeup world to women that are watching this that is a great beauty tip?
Well, first of all, stay very natural. Less is always more. And the eyebrows, we'll talk about those for a second. That eyebrows are not twins. They are sisters, but they're not distant cousins. So you don't want them, you know, one here and one up here.
I think that's a great. I've actually used that on a couple of my clients, and they love that because it really puts it in perspective. They're never going to be perfect. They're definitely a little bit different. But we're going to actually do my brows next, so I'm very excited that I'm going to be able to have a couple hair strokes just to kind of fill in the front part of my brows, so I won't have to be doing that on my tutorials now, girls, anymore. All right, well, thank you so much for being able to do this with me. It's such an honor to, again, I keep saying that, but it's really so wonderful to be able to learn, to take the knowledge, to feel comfortable and confident, and my clients really get to reap the rewards from this.
Exactly. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you the first time and having you come back again.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.
We'll see you later.
You can talk to Nicole if you want during it.
Okay.
Now we're going to be making individual hair strokes with Absolute Perfection's Mocha Fudge color. Just filling in a little bit at the medial part and then at the lateral part of her brow. Now, do you want me to put hair strokes anywhere else?
I don't think so.
Okay. We're using a one-prong needle, making fine, very fine, tiny hair strokes.
And I haven't had any anesthesia on topical, so girls, you can do this.
Yes, it's not that bad. To me, waxing my eyebrows, tweezing my eyebrows is actually worse than getting this tattooed.
And this is my first tattoo. It's very exciting.
Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of magic anesthesia on you. I'm just rubbing this in really good into the tissue. And then we just take a baby wipe, wipe off the excess. And normally it's like night and day between the first and the second pass with the anesthesia. You can see that looks like real hair. And we're going to put some individual hairs here. And Nicole's lucky because she has a beautiful eyebrow anyway. She just needs to have a couple of these little areas filled in so she doesn't have to wear makeup. If she doesn't want to. You can still put makeup over it once it's healed. Put a little bit more magic on her. How's that feel?
Feels good. Just a little eye tearing. I thought maybe it would make me sneeze, but...
Usually, if you're going to sneeze, it's on the left eyebrow.
Oh.
So if you do sneeze, it'll be right in that, when we start doing that. Okay. Now, the strokes are so fine, I'm going to put them in a little bit more. Most important thing is to stretch the skin just as if you are tweezing or waxing the eyebrows. Nicole drew her eyebrows on.
I think I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Can I get a tip carrier? So I'm just finishing now my brows. A little bit of taking off some of the anesthesia. It was like 15 minutes, girls. So this is a very simple procedure. The hair strokes, it's natural. It will look beautiful on you. And the best part of it is you don't have to spend all that time filling in your brows. So if you're going to the beach and you're putting sunscreen on, you don't have to worry about taking half your brow off. So thanks to Susan Church for doing my fabulous brows. You can check out, I'll link all her information at the end of this video, and you can look into getting permanent makeup for yourselves.